Hi everyone, it's Killshot 99 Gaming. This is Play Dead Live. We got Faction Wars back tonight on a special day. We told everybody we could do Faction Wars on Monday night or Wednesday night. We're going to get these in every week, but we got a big one tonight. Tonight is pretty special. It's been rescheduled, but they both agreed to get down to business. Let's do it because we got VOX, who's undefeated, 4-0, #1 team in the league, traveling to Team Jet for the first time ever since they've been Team Jet. So this is going to be a wild one. But you know what? We got great representatives Play Dead Live in the house. I see a lot of people here. We see the green team. We see the mods in the house. But we also have a little special something going on. Because we only play these on certain days, we do have to acknowledge somebody had a pretty special birthday. And this person is a whiz when it comes to the playoff pick'em, also part of the inventory team, and a big supporter of Project 10. How about a big happy birthday shout out to our very own Justice, who we missed last week. So Justice, hopefully you have a wonderful birthday. And you know how we do it, right? It is box time. When it's your birthday, you got to think about the next box event, because that's a PDL tradition. So I see the shout outs in the house. You better believe it. See, Justice, you got a lot of love. Now, I don't know how that love will transpire when you start playing against some of them tonight. I still think it'll be there. But, the spirit of competition, spirit of competition is always what we're about on Monday night, Wednesday night, and in fact, on a lot of nights. So if you guys are watching this for the first time, this is live action PvP. So we do a lot of events. We do online video games. We do pet battles. We do death drop where you're playing tug of war. But this is kind of like our signature. This is our signature event. Trigger's like, I'm doing my buffs. A little anxious there. A little anxious to get down to business there, Trigger. I see Dimes in the house. Thank you for that, Deadly Dimes. Happy birthday, Justice. Hope it was amazing. Dimes, I thought you'd spell amazing like A-H. Something a little trendy there. So thank you for that super chat shout out as well. Showing the love. All right, I am going to show the standings a little love tonight because, like I said, this is a big one. We got VOX at 4-0 and Jet playing some super competitive matches, just one or two moves off from getting the win. So we're going to see if home field advantage really gets them into the mix tonight. So take a look at the schedule. We got the schedule written weeks in advance for you guys. Next Wednesday night, February 18th. Look at that one. That is a old school battle. Thank you for that, Kel. Kel super chatting it up for Justice as well. Happy birthday to Justice. Like I said, it is all about those boxes on your birthday, Justice. So we will get you there. We will get you there. And who knows what type of legend you're liable to get when you get there. So we've got this is old school rivalry. Next Wednesday night, we got Ark and Sly. And then the week after, Ark traveling to VOX. That's going to be a big showdown, depending on what happens next couple weeks. And then we got Sly traveling back here to Team Jet. And then we got Ark traveling here. So Jet's going to get a few home games in a row. Next 3 times we see Jet, it'll be over a month. But next 3 times we see him, it is going to be at home. Thank you so much for that. Julia with a happy birthday shout out to Justice as well. So you guys are definitely showing him some birthday love. That's what I'm talking about. All right. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do a little sliver sacrifice. So type in chat real quick. You got like 10 seconds. What type of grenade do you think we're going to be sacrificing tonight? I'm going to show you what's up on that wheel because, again, make sure you check. Your grenade inventory. You got to check your grenade inventory because you don't want to be losing points by sacrificing or throwing something that you don't have. All right, you see some of the predictions coming in. Snowstorms, Bunko, Sad, Milo, Seismic. All right, well, let's spin the wheel, and let's see who's right. Stop! Oh, it's Grizzly. It's Grizzly. There's a lot of Grizzlies out there. You know, everybody saw it was, and they were like, they all went, sigh of relief. Grizzlies. All right, so it shouldn't be a lot of trouble with the sacrifices tonight. But it will balance the, like many of you, you probably don't need to check your inventory when it comes to Grizzlies. All right, Ron, what time is it? I think we got a box event coming up in the near future, so I think we got to give a little something away. Look, oh, there it is. It's roll time, baby. There you go, Ron. All right, everybody give me a number from. Give me a number from 1 to 12. 1 to 12 only tonight. Yep, Justice with that 13. Yeah, Justice. Always got to be somebody. 1 to 12, Justice. 1 to 12. Birthday got him drunk. There you go, number 5. All right, here we go. Let's roll it. Number 9. Number 9. Do we have a number 9? We don't. Really, none of y'all picked number 9. Huh. How about number 12? Nobody picked number 12 either. Y'all don't want to win. Y'all don't want to win these packs. All right. Number 3. Somebody picked 3. There we go. Father Ron, number 3, winning that pack tonight. Add him to the list, everybody. Well done, Father Ron. All right, I'll take you to tonight's Epic War Bundle. Give me 999s. Light it up if you want this War Bundle to be epic because it is by request, brand new piece of gear. And look, you know what? I'm already making it epic because I got a couple grenades in there that you guys are going to get. So starting out, we got Elixir Extreme, Steel. Oh, XP Potion, Quad XP. That's 1 Quad XP, 1 Spade Grenade. 1 Potion, 1 Spade. We got 5 Post-Battle Pet Revive, Graphene Carbine, 1 of each of your waxes. To the red, we got Red Summon Skins, Enrage 2, Enrage 3, Frantic 5, Savage 6, Mag 7. And look at the bottom bonus. Bottom bonus here in the red. I'm going to give you 3 Super 8s, 3 Hostile 9, and 3 Super Thrill. How about that? That's a red bottom bonus. Red bottom bonus, you got triple on that red. All right, Terror 10, I'm going to give you 2. Gold bundle, 2 Brutal, Rugged, 2 Brutal Red, Arson, 1 Megacosm, 1 Resin Restore, and 1 Absorption. I'll give you 2 Bunkos tonight, though. How about that? We'll double up the Bunkos with 2. Green, Energy Orb, Spider Silk, Combat Orb. Oh, my goodness. Look at this row. We found the Spectral Ore again. We got Spectral Ore, Brutal Blast, Max Spark, times 1. Bind Smoke, Max Seal, Blue Spark, times 1. And I'll give you 25 Strike Stones, 1 Mythic Summon Skin, 1 Colossal. Standard recipe by request. We're adding that to the special spot up there. That's 1 standard recipe. And tonight's gear is pretty epic. These are the boots. H18, D18, B22, highest base in the game, AP14, and a brand new ability called Nova. What does Nova do? You can sacrifice all your future gear abilities, deduct 25 points from your team score, and you get to get rid of a wall block or get rid of a ice block that's covering a wall block. But you can't play in round 3 and round 6. Round 3 or round 6. All right, Kel, let me know who got tonight's bundle. Let's super chat it up. And for everybody else, I need you to give me your pre-match buffs. Oh my goodness. Look who is typing pre-match. Did VOX bring in a February surprise? The first game ever at Team Jet is Flyrod, former Mirror member, playing on the road at Team Jet. Oh my goodness. VOX is shocking them tonight. All right, Cal, you see the super chats. We got Justice, Ron, Dimes, Villar, Busy, Crimson, Football, Dow, Lexicon, Trigger, Bones, Pope, Cat, Jim, Die, Julia, Flyrod, Nightshade, and Kel. I'm going to take you down to Jet Field. Here's tonight's starting lineup. We got Kel. Kel's in the rover zone. See, she is the siege and the captain. Kel followed by the champ, Flyrod, in the DZ, making his Frozen Jungle debut. All right, after that, we got Zombie Jet in the bomber zone. Zombie Jet followed by Crimson with a pretty hot avatar there. Crimson got the rocking the army. Look at the avatar. It looked like she just got her hair did as well. So Crimson, we see you in the tank zone. Crimson followed by Justice. Justice looking good as well. Look at Justice with all that armor. That's pretty bad, Justice. Pretty bad stuff. Justice followed by Father Ron. Father Ron, where are you? Holy smokes, Father Ron. There he is, Father Ron, hiding over in the bomber zone. Father Ron is the siege. He is the sniper, and he is the captain. Father Ron, followed by Busy B. Busy hiding over in the DZ. I see you, Busy. Busy just doing her engineering thing. And Busy B will be followed by Trigger in the rover zone. We will start 1 second. If you do not have avatars, I will be working on them. Trust me, we can't get everybody at once, but we will get all your avatars in play. The way you get an avatar, got to play a couple of events. Get in a Saturday event or get in a Castle Strike and we roll those out. Get in a Ship Strike or play Faction Wars. All right, everybody, here we go. Starting out, we got Kel. Kel, 20-second timer starts right now. Kel easily beats the timer. Kel is going to get in the rover. Let's give Kel a cannonball to start out. I'm sorry, a tire. Look at that. Sorry. Tire to start out because she got in the rover. After she gets in the rover, remember, I will read it through once, and then if you don't, by the time I get it a second time, it'll automatically hit. Move to their DZ. Boss to Main Street. Seal. S6 Snowstorm to the wall. Sacrifice Grizzly and a duplex. All right, I've read it once. Ron says wait already. So, Kel, I'm going to move to the DZ. And she's going to move to their DZ. Over there with Flyrod. Hello, Flyrod. Boss to Main Street. Drop a seal. Kel playing boss in 1. Cap in 3. S6 Snowstorm to the wall. Sacrifice a Grizzly. And Flyrod is going to play the Prevention. TP1, Flyrod. Rover's good. Movement's good. Boss is good. Seal is good. Snowstorm is stopped. Sacrifice the Grizzly. And that was a throw grenade. All right, let's go over to Flyrod. 20-second timer, Flyrod. Flyrod heading over to the Cyborg. A little disabling going on. We will see Flyrod in round number 3. Nice. I like it. I like it. All right. Kel, Zombie Jet. Not going to be disabling a Cyborg. So, are we going to attack with Zombie Jet? All right, here we go. Zombie Jet is going to play a boss over to the other side. So we got boss in 1, cap in 3, and Zombie Jet is going to take down Couple early blocks. Black block and a green block for Zombie Jet. All right, let's go over to Crimson Tide. Put some clothes on, girl. 20-second timer. Timer is up. Did not beat the timer, but she did beat the nerf. So Crimson is going to get in the tank, move to Temple Stairs, drop a seal, Immortal Needle to the haystack, S6 Snowstorm to the wall, and sacrifice a Grizzly. I've read it once. All right, Crimson, get in the tank, and she gets a Cannonball. Let's give her the Cannonball. Move her up to the Temple Stairs. Needle to the haystack. Crimson play a Needle in 1. Would cap in 2. S6 Snowstorm to the wall and sacrifice a Grizzly. All right, that is the S6, but remember, she's in a tank, which makes it an S9 Snowstorm to the wall. S9 Snowstorm, Crimson doing work already. Black block and a green block as well because it is a snowstorm. But here's the bonus. Let's do the die roll and see which block is going to be frozen. Block number 4. All right, Jet with a frozen wall over there. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that final blue block is frozen. All right, let's go over to Justice. Justice, 20-second timer starts right now. Let me give Crimson her seal as well. Justice beats the timer. Justice going to get in the tank. Move to the Temple Steps. Immortal Grendel. Drop a seal. Absorption. And a Navy to the Temple Flame. Sacrifice Grizzly and Duplex. All right. We'll get in the tank and move to the Temple Steps. Justice with a Cannonball. Immortal Grendel with a seal and an absorption. There's the seal. There's the absorption. And they already have 1 needle, but now there's a Grendel out, which will impede them playing their needles in the future. So Emo Grin for Justice. Navy to the Temple Flame. Sacrifice a Grizzly. All right, so we will put out, oh, sorry, Justice, didn't mean to take you out of your tank there. We'll put out that flame, and just for my record keeping, I'm going to read it one more time. He gets in the tanks good, moves his steps good, Grendel is good, seal and absorption, Navy to the flame, sacrifice, and duplex, all good. Let's go over to the messenger of the Lord. Father Ron, 20 seconds. We got Ron, Busy, and Trigger. Sounds like Stardom, back to back to back. Father Ron beats the timer. So Father Ron is going to move to the sniper zone. Mom Justice into an engineer. Mythic Stasis to Busy. Drop a seal. Cadet to the Temple Flame. Play Cease on Justice, which means he only gets 1 more ability. and he's going to sacrifice a grizzly. So Justice, one more ability, and he's already played duplex. All right, so here we go. Move to the sniper zone. Ron is there. Mom to Justice is good. Stasis to Busy. Busy with a new pet. Cadet to the Temple Flame. Puts out the flame. And sacrifice a grizzly. It all hits because Kel did not type hits or wait. All right, let's move on to Busy. Busy, 20-second timer starts right now. Busy says, I'm going to the forge. Busy like, I don't care about no pet. Nice. And Forge can't go with her, or the Stasis can't go with her. Stasis is gone. All right, Busy at the Forge. Trigger, you're up. 20-second timer. That's one way to shake a Stasis. Trigger easily beats the timer. She's going to get in the rover. Go to her DZ. Steal Kel's Grendel. She's going to play an Immortal Grendel and a Seal. E2 Unforgiven to the wall with duplex and sacrifice a Grizzly. All right, I've read it once. Now we go through. Trigger gets in the rover. And goes to her DZ. And she gets a tire for her work. Steal Kel's Grendel. No Grin. Play an Immortal Grendel and a Seal. So we got Trigger with an Emo Grin out. Justice with an Emo Grin out. Seal is good. E2 Unforgiven to the wall. And sacrifice. And she's got range on that. So she's throwing all the way upstream. And an E2. Unforgiven. Takes out a green block. All right, that is the end of round number one. At the end of round number one, we're going to move Crimson into the temple. We're also going to move Justice into the temple. Justice with a blessing. Crimson with a blessing. There is no DZ advantage, so no straw men get lit. DZ is 0 to 0. They are nullified. Straw man is 0-0. We're going to remove a sliver blessing from each team. Jet, 25 points in slivers. VOX, 22 points in slivers. And let's give a halo to Kel and a halo to Trigger. All right, we're going to round number two, everybody. Kel, 20-second timer for you starts right now. Beats the timer. Kel going to go Harvest Wand to get rid of her green block. We'll remove it, and we'll take green blocks out of play, green wands out of play. Colossal Kang to Main Street, Pet Repel, F5 Spade to the wall, and Sliver Ability. And because duplex is worth 12. All right, Ron says it hits, so let's go ahead and walk through it. Colossal Kang to Main Street. If it caps, that Colossal Kang is worth 73. Pet Repel, F5 Spade to the wall, and Sliver Ability. F5 Spade. Going cross country on that hit. Strongest grenade in the game. Kel taking out a blue block. Let me get the right wall, sorry. Blue block and half a blue block. 50 blue remaining, Kel. So Kel with 1.5 blocks. So they got half a block until they get to their ice block. All right. We skip Fly Rod because he is disabling. We go to Zombie Jet. Zombie Jet with the attack. Zombie Jet is going to play Needle to the Haystack, which is going to get rid of Crimson's Grendel. Sorry, Trigger's Grendel. Trigger, your Grendel has died because of the Needle to the Haystack. And we're also going to light up 2 Watchtowers. So Zombie Jet lights up 2 Watchtowers, and his Needle takes out the Grendel. Before Crimson's turn, we are going to cap her Needle. So Crimson getting her team 100 points. And now, Crimson, from the temple, you're on the clock. 20-second timer. Timer is up. She beats it. The Crimson is going to go Dark Boss to the side chest. Crimson playing Dark Boss in round 2. We'll cap in round 4. Dark Boss could be worth an extra 25 points. Dark Boss to the side chest. Dragon Smoke, F5 Spade to the wall, and Duplex Ability. I've read it once. Dark Boss to the side chest is good. Dragon Smoke gets rid of or relights the Dragon Stone. F5 Spade to the wall. And it is a S8 Spade for Crimson. S8, strongest grenade in the game. We just saw a glimpse of what Kel's did, so we'll show you what Crimson's does with extra juice on it. How about blue block and a blue block? Double blue for Crimson. Walls are slight advantage to Team VOX. All right, let's go over to Justice. Now remind Justice that he only has one more ability, and then he can play no more gear abilities. Justice, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Ah, the door's open now because of Zombie Jet. Look at that. Mythic Needle to the haystack. Pet Repel, F5 Spade to the wall. And he says, give me that sliver ability. Ron says it hits. All right, Mythic Needle. Justice playing Needle. In 2. Would cap in 3. Pet Repel. And Justice throwing a big grenade, but watch what happens. F5 Spade with the juice makes it an 8. This is why snowstorms are so powerful. It takes out half a blue block, and then it stops. So all that damage was just for half a block because the ice block stopped the attack in its tracks. Snowstorm is still one of the kings of the game, for sure. Ron's smart by letting that one hit. Speaking of Ron, Father Ron. 20-second timer starts right now. Father Ron says, it's never too late to go to the portal, people. Father Ron, MBS says, Justice, come on down. I'm taking you to the portal. Justice says, Ron, you got the flag tonight. Ron going into portal in round 2 and playing Victorium. So Father Ron, white flag, ruffled feather, and MBS. But they got a lot of people off the field. So Father Ron going in round 2. We will see Ron in round 4. In the second half, we will see Ron. All right, let's go to Busy. Busy is at the forge. And let's go over to Trigger. 20-second timer, Trigger. I like the strategies tonight. I really do. People are maximizing every part of the field. We've got Trigger easily beats the timer. DZ Portal to their DZ, so she's moving to the other side. Colossal Kang to their boss. E3 Unforgiven to the wall and using Sliver ability. All right, I've read it once. Sliver ability will add 12. Let's move Trigger over to the other side. DZ Portal, she goes that way, and now she's over on the other side. Colossal Kang, if it caps, is worth 73 for Trigger. E3 Unforgiven to the wall. Yes. What's the challenge? Type it quickly, quickly. It won't matter. Because she doesn't have to go to the portal. We can just drive her to the other side. Because she's in the rover and there's no penalty to the move. So, whether she goes portal or not, she still gets there. we give her the advantage. So Trigger going to the other portal, Colossal Kang, E3 Unforgiven to the wall, and Sliver ability. All right, so let's give her the E3 Unforgiven. All right, Trigger taking out the blue block, and she gets a little bit of carryover. Leave that there because that stopped. So let's go. We take out the blue block and 10% of a red block. 90 red remaining. So 3.9 Trigger. And that is the end of round number 2. At the end of round number 2, we got a blessing for Justice. And we got a blessing for Crimson. Strawman still 0-0. Kel with a halo. Trigger also with a halo. Jet 49 points in slivers. Vox 34 points in slivers. Let's remove one blessing from each team. Strawman 0-0. And DZ 0-0 because both neutralize the other ones. Yep, let's get the castle sorted out before we go to the next round. Both teams are. I got Vox with a throw, and a hit. Let's make sure that's right. Give me 1 second, double check that for you guys. First 2 Unforgivens were throws. Throw, hit. All right, so we're good. That checks. And I got throw, hit for the Jet as well. Both teams are throw, hit. All right, so we should have it correct on the map as well. All right, let's go to round number 3. Round number 3, Kel. Before her turn, no timer yet, we're going to cap Colossal Kang on Main Street. 73-point Kang. We're going to cap the first boss of the game. So cap that flag, 1-0. And put this on the other side. We capped a needle on the other side. All right, Kel, you're up. 20-second timer. Final round of the first half. Beats the timer. Kel going to go Needle to the Haystack, Dust to Crimson, Absorption, Milo to the Wall, and Cease to trigger, which would be Kel's final ability. All right, read it once. Needle to the Haystack is good. Kel playing Needle. In 3, we cap in 4. Dust to Crimson, Absorption, Milo to the Wall. Smart play by Kel. And a cease because she plays the Milo, gets the points for the Milo. It hits and breaks the seal. So she gets a hit grenade as well. She didn't get any points for the block, but she did hit and break the seal. Seal broken, gets the hits grenade, and gets the Milo points. Well done. All right, Fly Rod is down on a disabled island, but he does get a move, and he does have to move. 20-second timer, Fly Rod. Jet has no cyborg. All right, so he's going to move to his DZ. Fly Rod moving up the coast. Luna Lamp to Crimson. S6 Milo to the Watchtower. Going to play Duplex and sacrifice a Grizzly. All right. Movement's good. Luna Lamp ability on Crimson. And we haven't seen Luna Lamp in a while, but you guys should know. It's going to give her a second potion. And I think it is S8. The ability to play 2 S8s. But I want to double check the wording on it, so hold tight 1 second. Second highest potion 3 times. So it is not a S8. It would actually be a H9. Actually, we're going to modify that. It's actually a H10 or T10 now, because there is a R12 in play. So Crimson, you have the ability to play 3 T10s. Okay? T10s. All right. Milo to the Watchtower, sacrifice a Grizzly. We'll sacrifice that Grizzly, put the ring there. We're going to move him to the right DZ. Sorry, I had him in the wrong DZ. So Fly Rod over to the left. So, oh, no, he said RDZ. So he actually did specify. Never mind. Let me move him back. Well, no. Oh, wait a minute. Who's on what side here? It is his DZ. All right, left side. I got it. I got it. Calm down. All right. Left side DZ is the road team. Luna Lamp is good. S6 Milo to the Watchtower. Duplex and sacrifice. Let's light the Watchtower and give him the points for the Milo. How about that? Nice hit, Fly Rod. And did beat the timer. All right, Zombie Jet. Going to do 2 things here. Well, actually not, because Zombie Jet's needle died. But Zombie Jet is going to cap his second boss. So, Zombie Jet. Second boss cap of the night. Zombies will be getting a slight upgrade before the next event. I did not finalize it, but there will be some additional scoring pets that zombies will be allowed to play. But that is not finalized, so that does not go into effect tonight. All right, so Zombie Jet. Boss caps. We get the points. And we will light up 2 Strawmen. Let's go over to Crimson. Crimson, 20-second timer. Crimson beats the timer. Her boss will cap in round 4. She's playing Colossal Kang to the boss, Pet Repel, T10 Unforgiven to the wall, and Sliver ability because she had Duplex. Bumps that Sliver up 12 more. Kel says it's going to hit. T10 Unforgiven is going to hit. Colossal Kang also. And a Pet Repel. Now she does have Dust Smoke, but she is in a tank. So Sliver ability's good. Kang is good. And S13. But she is Dust Smoked, so we knocked 25%. So it's going to be the equivalent of Unforgiven, because the dust does nerf it. It's going to be the equivalent of a Carnage, S9 Carnage, S9 Carnage. So that sneaky dust smoke in there did help out, but Crimson's still getting 90% of a red block and 40% of a red block, 60 red remaining. So 2.6 red blocks for Team VOX. All right, before Justice turn, we are going to cap Justice Needle. Justice gets the needle, 100 points. And we will start Justice timer. 20-second timer starts right now. Justice beats the timer easily. Justice is going Dark Boss to Main Street. Thrill Smoke, S6 Spade to the wall. All right. Dark Boss to Main Street. Justice playing it in 3. We'll cap in 5. S6 Spade to the wall with Thrill Smoke. Hits. I read it twice. That is a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to the wall, and it does hit. Already hit Ron. Each team has missed a timer and had an automatic hit. blue block, red block, and 20% of a red block, 80 red remaining. Let's go to Father Ron, 20-second timer. We have Ron, busy, and trigger. Ron is in the portal. We skip Ron. Got another round in the portal. Busy is coming out of the forge. Busy is still on the island as Busy comes out of the forge. 2 red blocks. 2 straw men. And 2 watchtowers. Busy, your move. 20-second timer to Busy. We have Busy and then trigger. Busy beats the timer. Busy going to move to their DZ. Boss to the side chest. Busy playing boss in 3. Would cap in 5. So move to their DZ. Boss to the side chest. Milo to the watchtower. Tigress to their wall. Sacrifice Grizzly and Sliver ability. All right, second time. We move Busy to the DZ. Boss to the side chest is good. Milo to the watchtower. Tigress to their wall. Sacrifice a Grizzly and Sliver ability. All hit. Milo to the watchtower. Tigress for the nerf. Sliver ability and a sacrifice. Ron, you might want to refresh. You could be lagging. Because you even typed hits about 20 seconds after I said it all hits. Now, just for my checking purposes, the movement's good, the boss is good, the Milo hit and lit. The Tigress is up there to nerf the wall. Sacrifice has been given, and the Sliver ability is good. Trigger. Final move of the first half. 20-second timer starts right now. Easily beats the timer. Trigger playing Minion on Justice. Choke Smoke. S8 Unforgiven to the wall, and MD8. We finally got a little mass destruction. All right. I've read it once. Minion goes to Justice. Choke Smoke goes to Justice. S6 Unforgiven to the wall hits, and mass destruction. All right. Because it is halftime, remember, Trigger, the Minion is a passive pet. You played it, and it disappears. Choke Smoke dissipates at the end of the first half, so Choke Smoke also disappears. The S8 Unforgiven does hit, but there's a charge of Tigress on the wall. So, you do have mass destruction, but the S8 Unforgiven is going to, with the Tigress nerf, will take out 60% and take out another 50% So you got 1.5 red remaining and 1 charge of Tigress left. Captains, give me your second half subs. Remember, Minion and Choke Smoke go away. Also, Elevation takes away Trigger Seal. Also takes away Kale's Seal and Kale's Pet Repel. Takes away Crimson's Dust Smoke that she didn't want anyway. And we've got a Blessing for Crimson and a Blessing for Justice. Strawman. We got 4 Strawman lit. 25 Jet, 0 Vox. And DZ is 0-0. Because each team neutralized and each team took their own. So let's move Kel back to her zone. She does keep her absorption. And Kel has 3 halos. They move Justice first. Now I'll move Kel to where she belongs. Justice is going to lose his tank. All right, we'll get Justice back in the tank zone. And then we'll move Kel over to her rover zone now that we got a little bit of room. Crimson loses her tank. And we'll put Crimson back in the tank zone as well. Ron stays in the portal. I got your Chromica, Ron. All right, looks like Slivers. 55 points for Jet, 46 points for Vox. And let's remove one from each team. Each team has 2 Sliver Halos left. I got another hit grenade. For Vox. Another hit grenade for Team Jet. And both teams have full tower hit grenades. So both teams, you are maxed with all 5 of your throws and hits. A couple dragons have been played by Team Vox. Die coming in for Fly Rod. Nightshade coming in the O-Zone. Ron stays there. And let's move Trigger back to the rover. And we're also going to give Trigger a 3rd halo. Kel and Trigger each with 3. MPC. All right, so we've got MPC and Cardinal. So MPC coming in for busy, I'm assuming, Kel? Looks to be. All right. So we'll start round 4. We got 3 rounds remaining. Lineup is as follows. It'll be Kel, Doc, Zombie Jet, Crimson, her boss will cap in this round. Then Justice, his boss does not cap until 5. Then Ron comes out of the portal. MPC, and MPC's in busy spot. That boss does not cap till 5. Then Trigger, then the Cardinal, then Nightshade. It's a close game. Both teams playing well. Before Kel's turn, we're going to start out this round by capping her needle. And that is the second needle for Team Jet. Needles 2-1. All right, Kel, 20-second timer starts right now. Beats the timer. Kel is going to move to their DZ, play Mags, Dragon Smoke to the tower, E2 Milo to the Watchtower. All right, read it once. Ron says wait. We're going to go ahead and move Kel. Playing Mags. Now Mags has a seal and will steal 2 blocks. The second turn Mags is in play. That's Mags. And remember, Mags has a seal, so there's a level of protection. Nightshade's going to pontiff the smoke, the dragon smoke for the castle, and intervene the Milo. All right, so movement is good, Mags is good, smoke is no good, and because it's intervened, not only do they not light the Watchtower, they don't get the points because it does not hit. All right. Dr. Dye, you're up. 20-second timer to the doctor. Dr. Dye, DZ, taking the portal to their DZ. Talon Crimson to the temple. Playing a seal. E3 St. Milo to the watchtower. Duplex ability and a sacrifice. That's once. All right, we're going to move Dr. Dye to the other portal. We will Talon Crimson. Drop a seal. Duplex is good. Sacrifice a Grizzly. And E3 Milo, and it does hit. So they light their second watchtower. And they also get points for the Milo. Well done, Dr. Dye. All right, Zombie Jet is back. Back again. Zombie Jet just got a gold bar. Zombie Jet taken out. A red block. But the second one, maybe not such a great play because you never want to lose that black block for nothing. But he does take out the black block as well. So gold bar for Team Jet. Their first wall, but maybe not the block they wanted to take out the second time around. But all pie is good pie. All right, let's go over to before Crimson Tide's move. Hold up. We're going to cap 146 points in Kangs. We're also going to cap a Dark Boss that gets VOX on the team, on the board with a flag. All right, and now we'll start Crimson's timer right now. Crimson Justice, Ron, and MPC, the next to go. Beats the timer. Crimson doing the Quake Shake. Going to block out the temple. That temple corridor cannot be entered for 2 rounds. All right, so this side is off limits for 2 rounds. Round 4, round 5. Orchestra Strawman. Dragon Smoke to the castle. T10 Spade Grenade to the wall. And MD 8. I've read it once. Quake is good. Orcus to the Strawman is going to put out a Strawman. Dragon Smoke to the castle will light up the castle, and a T10 Spade Grenade to the wall with Mass Destruction 8. It all hits. Everything hits. We're going to light the castle. We got it. Orcus, put out that 4th flame. Spade with Mass Destruction. Yes, there is a charge of Tigress left, but it doesn't matter because T10 Spade will overcome all of the extra damage. And let's give a gold bar to Crimson. All right, let's go over to Justice. Justice, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Cannot move inside the temple because of the quake, but you can move to the temple steps. But you are not in the temple. Colossal Kang to Main Street. Dragon Smoke to the Watchtower. M7 Spade to the wall. Ron says wait. I am going to put a Colossal Kang, which is worth 73. So we've got Dragon Smoke and an M7 Spade to the wall. Mythic Dark Blue from Crimson. All right, both teams have now lit up their castles. Both teams have castles fully lit. Spade Grenade to the wall. We get the first blue of the game, and it is a Mythic Dark Blue. It'll break Justice Absorption, and the carryover will break Justice Seal. Because it's Mythic, 40 points. And we will nerf the next grenade attack. With a Mythic Dark Blue. Yes. MPC got moved. Because there she is. Sorry, Diana, you're hard to see. All right. Diana is supposed to be in their DZ because she portaled. However, Diana, because I put your avatar in the wrong area, which DZ do you want to be in? I'm going to give you a chance for me to correct that because I swapped both of your avatars. So, which DZ did you intend to be in? Okay. So the reason she said theirs is because I had her in the wrong DZ. So we're going to allow Diana to stay in her own DZ. All right? And to Kel's second challenge, yes, they did finish off the wall. So let's get their wall rebuilt. Okay. So VOX did finish their wall, and the DZ players were swapped. We should be good to go. Both teams have fires on their castles, and we got Ron coming out of the portal. Ron, it is round number 4, and you're outside the portal, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Red Grendel. Fly. And Justice did have max absorption. I got you, Justice. So Justice has his seal and his absorption. So he's got his protection buffs. Justice, it's just hard when there's a challenge and like 4 people typing. So I got you. Red Grendel. Fly to kill an NPC. Move to their DZ and S8 Bunko to Grendel and Mags. All right, we'll start out with a Red Grendel from Ron. All right, Red Grin is good. Fly to kill an NPC. Yeah, it's probably up there in the scoreboard, Ron. Hold on a second, okay? Red Grendel. Fly to kill an NPC. Move to their DZ. S8 Bunko. So, zombie's going to prevent the grenade. So, we're going to move Ron over to their DZ, which is here. Give him his seal. Bunko is going to split. So you have a needle or a Grendel with no protection and a Mags with a seal. So, Kel, what are you preventing? Bunko hits 2 targets. Unlike Ship Strike, where it hits 1. All right. So they're going to let it hit, break Mag, seal, and then prevent the Grendel. So Grendel's still alive. And then kill an NPC. Will be pick and stick. So Kel will go to the no zone. Put it right there, out of the DZ. This is their zombie play. An NPC will put in this no zone. All right, so both Kel and NPC are in no zones. NPC is in their no zone. Kel is in the other no zone. And that'll be the pick and stick move. All right, let's go to MPC, who cannot move. MPC in the no zone. 20-second timer. Diana, I think MPC stole your seal. There you go. Now you got your seal. MPC beats the timer. Morb to a priest, vines to Ron, scold to Ron, S8 Unforgiven to the wall, and sacrifice a grizzly. All right, that's once. MPC, legendary, turns into Morg. Will sacrifice a grizzly. Ron says, wait, we got vines, scold, and an Unforgiven. All right, Ron, I need your move. Dr. Dye will medic the vines. All right, Ron keeps his seal. Therefore, Scold hits and breaks his seal. MPC gets an absorption, but Scold does not light a watchtower. And they're going to evoke the grenade. S4 Carnage equivalent. Wall number 2 for both teams are on wall 2 is a little easier than wall 1. A little easier. Not a lot. So S4 Carnage is equivalent. We'll give you a green block. 1 green block. That's what Evoke does. Trigger from the rover zone. Trigger, you're up. 20 seconds. Dark Boss to the side chest. S8 Spade Grenade to Mags and expose the wall. I've read it once. She beats the timer. Dark Boss to the side chest. Playing Dark Boss. In 4. We'll cap in 6. Could be worth an extra 25. Expose the wall. Little extra damage to the wall. And Kel says, wait, Immortal Blue to protect Mags. First blue of the game, Immortal Blue. Trigger, Immortal Blue is going to hit you for 40% of your health. Max Absorb, it hits her for nothing. Boss is good. Spade is stopped. Expose the wall is good. And Max Absorb takes care of the damage that she would have received. All right. Let's go to the Cardinal. From the ozone area. 20-second timer to the Cardinal. Beats the timer. Talon MPC to the DZ. Can be because MPC already had a round of not being able to move. Drops the seal. M7 spade to the wall. Sacrifice Grizzly and duplex. All right, that's once. Talon MPC to the DZ is good. Seal is good. M7 spade grenade to the wall. Ron says wait. Dr. Dye going to evoke it. So we will cut it in half. Stronger grenade. This time it takes out a green block, and there's some carryover. 40% of a blue block. Still a very good evoke. So we got 60 blue remaining. .6 blue remaining because there's 2 full blocks. Both charges of evoke have been used. Talon's good. Seal is good. Spade grenade, M7 cut in half. Sacrifice already happened, and he plays a duplex. All right, and Nightshade, final move of round number 4. 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Nightshade, Mythic Kang to the side chest, playing a seal. S6 Unforgiven to the wall. Sliver, and looks like that's a sacrifice of a Grizzly. All right. Second reading is Mythic Kang to the side chest. Could be 63 points if it caps. It all hits. Drop a seal, S6 Unforgiven. And sacrifice a Grizzly. As I said, this wall is a little bit weaker, and they've also exposed it. So S6 Unforgiven. Black block, green block, mass destruction and expose get you also 50% of a green block. So VOX catching back up with the walls. And that is the end of round number 4. At the end of round number 4, both teams will get their sentry guns for round number 5. Crimson Tide with a golden orb, 100 points for the temple. Team VOX with a blessing. Dr. Dye with a halo. Ron with a halo. Problem Child with a halo. VOX 25 DZ Jet 0. We also put out a straw man because there's an advantage of VOX. They have, because they got the DZ points, they also get the straw man. Jet 55 points in slivers. And we will remove. VOX 52 points in slivers. and will also remove. Ron is in their DZ. Strawman. 10 points Jet. 0 VOX. All right, looks like we are ready to kick off round number 5. Two bosses could cap this round. Ozone is up. Before Kel's turn, Mags is going to steal 2 blocks. Blue block and a blue block. And let's go to Kel, 20-second timer. Beats the timer easily. So Kel's going to go Skull Duran, Heal and Seal, Lantern S8, Dracarys to the tower. I've read it once. Skull Duran, Heal and Seal, Lantern S8, Dracarys to the tower. That's twice it hits. Scold will hit Ron for 10%, taking him down to 90. It's going to light Watchtower number 6 and also give Kel another absorption. Heal and Seal. And Dracarys is going to do 2 things. It is going to summon Goddard because it was undetectable. So Kel with Goddard, that is 100 points. It's also going to take away one second. Each team lost. Hang on. All right. Making sure those were removed. One second. All right, they were removed. I was double checking the rings from last round. So Goddard is summoned, and when Goddard is summoned, Vox, you lose 2 of those 3 rings that you have out. Goddard takes them away, so you're down to your final ring. All right, let's go over to the doctor. Dr. Die, now that we know where you're at, 20-second timer starts. Diana said, I was looking for myself too. Easily beats the timer. Colossal Kang to the side chest. Binds to MPC. S6 Milo to the watchtower, and using sliver ability, which it will be duplexed. I've read it once. All right. Colossal Kang to the side chest. If it caps, that's 73. Binds to MPC. S6 Milo to the watchtower, and sliver ability. It all. Oh, Jet, you had a second. You had a second. All right, Kel says wait. So we got the Vines, the Milo, and that's all you can do because the other things are going to hit. Box of Sliver is now up to 64. MPC going to prevent the Vines. All right. So Kang is good. Prevent the Vines, so keeps his absorption. Her absorption. S6 Milo to the watchtower. They get the points for the Milo. And light up watchtower number 3. Watchtowers are now 6-3. And sliver ability is good. It's already hit. Nice job, Dr. Die. All right, let's go over to Zombie Jet. Zombie Jet lighting up 2 more watchtowers. They were at 6. They are now at 8. All right, that's round 5. Let's go to Crimson. Crimson, 20-second timer starts right now. Jet has been able to lock down a needle game, hold their own with the flags, and stay ahead in a couple other key areas. So Jet playing well at home, but VOX is a late inning team. They come back in a lot of games. They've done it all year. Colossal Gideon, T10 Unforgiven to the wall, and they're going to double expose the wall. This wall now has 2 exposes put on it. Minus 38, Colossal Gideon. Kel says wait on the T10 Unforgiven. Judas from Justice. All right, Ron, they are redirecting your T10 Unforgiven over to their wall. Ouch. Ron says wait. So Gideon hits, expose hits. Ron says we're going to Judas that jump back. Trigger. Kel, we got double Judas in play. MPC using second and final prevention. All right, MPC has used both preventions, but you can't prevent it because it is a Unforgiven. So that is a no-go. Mythic Blue. All right. Delete the MPC TP1 so we know you still have one left. All right. Mythic Blue. second blue thrown by Jet. They have one remaining. And it will break Crimson's seal. We went back and forth with the Judases. We finally got the blue out. And then we get the seal break from the Mythic. All right, before Justice turn. One second. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. All right, I am missing some text. Can we confirm Justice Boss is Main Street? Is that correct? That Justice is Main Street and Busy is... All right. Got it. Crimson's going to max absorb, keep her seal. All right. So before Justice turn. We're going to cap a Colossal King. And also Boss number 3. All right, let's go to Justice. 20-second timer, Justice. Beats the timer. Justice going to play Thraxus and Talonkel to their DZ. Justice with the X3 and also playing a Dragon. Heal and Thrill, S6 Spade. Ron says wait. And Crimson using the Prevention. So Thraxus is good. Talon is good. Heal and Thrill is good. And the Prevention stops the Spade Grenade. All right, Ron, you are in their DZ. 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Colossal Wicked Kang. There are no Kangs to bounce, so he just plays his own. So it does count as a Colossal Kang. Possible 73. Move back to the Sniper Zone. Seal and Thrill and S8 Unforgiven to the wall. Read it once. Colossal Kang is in play. Already played an S8, so we'll let him check it. Move back to the Sniper Zone is good. So that would be 9, 10. Let's give him a seal. Kel says wait. All right. Colossal Kang is good. Movement's good. Seal and Thrill is good. Equivalent of a T10. And they're going to play Immortal Sonar on that. Let me get the right sonar. Mortal Sonar right there. Take it off the map. 25 will eat into their MD. So we will nerf that Unforgiven down to a Carnage. And Ron wasting a Max Absorb. Ouch. Because the Immortal is not a blue. It only targets the grenade. So S7 Carnage Grenade. But they got exposed on the wall. So it is still going to hit harder. Green block. %. And a blue block. All right, so we got exactly 2 blocks on Team VOX's side. 1 block on Team Jet's side. Walls are almost even. Ron, thinking it might have been a blue, played the Max Absorb to protect himself, but it was all for nothing. MPC. Before MPCs move, we're going to cap final boss for Team Jet. 4th boss. MPC 20-second timer from your DZ. Snowplow Crimson out of the temple. All right, playing a Snowplow. Crimson knocked out of the temple. MPC getting a wave award. And Crimson cannot re-enter the temple because of the Snowplow this round. Let's go to Trigger. Trigger, you're up. 20-second timer. Mythic Gideon, Vines to MPC, Milo to the Watchtower, and Eiffel. Eiffel will repair. And rebuild a blue block. All right, we'll start with Mythic Gideon. Read it once. Mythic Gideon, then Vines to MPC, St. Milo to the Watchtower, and Eiffel. It all hits. All right, MPC is going to lose their protection. Take 10% damage. Eiffel rebuild the blue, and M7 Milo to the Watchtower. Going to light up Watchtower number 4, 8-4. All right, let's go to the Cardinal, 20-second timer. Get in a turret, yes. Blaze to the Straw Man, yes. Dragon Smoke to the DZ. S8 Grizzly to the wall, and then Sliver ability. Ron says wait. Prevention on the grenade. All right, let's blaze the Straw Man. Blaze of the Straw Man. We'll light Straw Man number 3. We'll relight the Dragonstone. Sometimes that gets forgotten. Sliver ability pumps it up 12 because of the duplex, and prevention, Ron says, I ain't going to let that hit because that would have been a T10 Grizzly. Ron shuts it down. And the final move of round 5, 20-second timer, Nightshade. Timer is up. Beats the timer. Got the move in just as I was calling it. Get in the turret. Mythic Gideon, F5 Unforgiven to the wall with Eiffel. It hits. All right. We're going to rebuild another blue block with Eiffel. One was repaired, one was rebuilt. Mythic Gideon. Got some anti-scoring pets. And how's that F5 Unforgiven looking to the wall? With Expose, it's looking pretty good. Finish the blue and take down a blue. VOX now has a wall lead because of the damage and the expose. And that is the end of round number 5. We have one round remaining, and it is Dragonstorm. We don't need to roll it because it is automatic E3. Final round, buckle up, everybody. We got a super close game Will VOX stay undefeated, or will Jet get their first win of the season at home? Would be a mild upset. At the end of the round, Justice was at the Temple steps. So let's move Justice in over on the other side because Crimson got moved out. Now, Crimson already has the golden orb, but Justice gets a blessing for it. DZ, Dr. Die, getting a halo. Kel, getting another halo. Problem Child, getting a halo. That gives Jet the DZ advantage, 25-0, and will also light up Strawman number 5. VOX loses their final sliver ring, but because it got removed at the end of the round, they still get the 64 points for it. Had that been removed prior to the end of the round, they wouldn't have gotten the points. Jet loses a sliver ring. They still have 2 left, and Jet gets 67. So slivers are almost even at this point. Strawman, 25 Jet, 0 VOX. All right, Kel, your final move of the night. You're on the clock. 20-second timer. We did start 2 minutes late, so if we do run into a timer issue, the game will end at 10:47. 10:47. Did not beat the timer. Did beat the nerf timer. Kel, Gold Orbital, Torment to Crimson, E2 Milo to the Watchtower. I've read it once. Gold Orbital, played on the wall. Torment to Crimson, Ron says wait. Gold Blue from Trigger. All right, Crimson is now tormented. Gold Blue from Trigger. Each team has 1 blue remaining. The gold from the Gold Blue will break one of Kel's mini absorptions. 1 is gone. She still has 1 remaining and a seal. All right, let's go over to the doctor. 20-second timer, Doc. Beats the timer. Mythic Wicked Gideon, Dust MPC, S7 Milo to the Watchtower, and playing Eiffel. All right. I do not have Team Jet playing a Gideon at this point. So Wicked Mythic Gideon will fizzle out. It has nothing to bounce. Dust MPC. S7 Milo, and we will rebuild another blue block with Eiffel. They've rebuilt this whole side of the wall. And giving the points for the Milo and lighting another tower. Mythic Wicked Gideon bounces nothing. Dust MPC is good. S7 Milo is good. And Eiffel. All right. Zombie Jet. You have an option. No, it is a bounce pet. When played, opposing team's Gideon effect is reversed and pet goes back to the original caster. They may replay Gideon. So it is a bounce-only pet. Zombie Kel. You get the option of a 2 straw men or a tower power. So you can light 2 straw men and get the 6 award, or light the 9th tower. Your choice. Kel, gonna light the 1 watchtower. Probably not what I would have done, but in the heat of the battle, she says, give me that 9 award. So a 9 award for Team Jet. And lighting watchtower number 9. All right, before Crimson's turn. Actually, never mind. It's Trigger's boss. Let's go, go, go. Crimson, you're on the clock. 20-second timer. Does beat the timer. Crimson is going to peel the Torment. All right, peel the Torment. Couple things. So luckily, Eiffel would not have worked anyway. Peel is a half-turn move. So no spark and no ability. But you already have maxed them out on the Eiffels anyway, so it worked out a little bit to your favor. So because she peels, she gets a Bane to the wall and an H9 Unforgiven to the wall. Those are the only 2 actions that go through. Bane and H9 Unforgiven. Kel says wait. Mythic Sonar from Justice. All right. Bane. We're going to rebuild a green block. And then she's going to throw something at her own wall, and they're going to use a sonar, second and final sonar. We got Dragonstorm, so it is a 12. So we'll keep it at H9 Unforgiven, but we'll make it an H9 Carnage. Red block. And a red block after expose. Expose is turning the tide of this game. Justice, you're up. Justice has Thraxus and Dragonstorm. 20-second timer. Timer's up. Does not beat the timer, does beat the nerf. Colossal Gideon, Super Thrill. Engineer ability, H9 Unforgiven with Pershing. Ron says wait. Red blue, final blue of the game for Team VOX. It's a lot of grenade firepower, but it is shut down. Gideon goes through. All the other buffs do not. Father Ron, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Ron playing another dragon. Ancient. Over to Trigger. Mythic Gideon, Super Thrill, M7 Unforgiven to the wall from Damien. Kel says wait. Knowing that's a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. S13 Unforgiven. Gold blue from MPC, final blue of the game for all teams. Gold from the gold blue. Going to break Ron's seal. MPC. Dusted from the DZ, 20-second timer. Timer's up. Pressure is mounting. Jet did not have a missed timer the whole game, and they now have 3 in just this round. It is intensifying. VOX is bringing the heat, and Jet looks like they're just trying to hold on. They went from the hunter to the hunted. All right, barely beats the nerf. MPC, Blaze to the Straw Man. Seal and Thrill. And Absorption. All right, Blaze is going to light Straw Man. Number 5. Seal and Thrill and Absorption. Ron says it hits. And the Inferno will light Straw Man number 6. And it'll break the newly acquired Absorption. Just like that. So, a Torch Award for MPC. MPC with the Torch Award. Before Trigger's turn, we're going to cap their Dark Boss and a big, big payoff here. $209 points in Kangs. 209 in Kangs. That is going to get the game super, super close. Trigger. 20-second timer starts right now. We have Trigger, the Cardinal, and Nightshade. Scold to Chad. H9 Unforgiven to the wall. Super Thrill, Blind Date. And we'll fade the enemy on the other side, which will probably not come into play. But we will fade them. All right, Scold to Chad. It'll break Cardinal Seal. It'll give Trigger an absorption, but will not give them a Watchtower. Let me get Cardinal Seal, not Nightshade. Sorry, both are sealed. All right, let's remove that from the Cardinal. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Hasta la vista. To the wall. Gold bar for Trigger. VOX exposing the wall and tearing that wall down aggressively gives them their second block. Let's rebuild it. Meanwhile, Team Jet, their walls increased this round with all the Eiffels. All right, let's go over to the Cardinal. Final move for Team Jet of the night. We got Orbital. Seal and Thrill, R12 Unforgiven to the wall with MD8. Ron says wait. We got double sonars. So, we've got R12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. S19 after Intaglio and the buffs. And actually, S21 because he's also in the turret. S21. After the sonars, we will take it down to an S13 lithium. S13 lithium equivalent. Green block. Blue block. Blue block. It may be a good challenge. Hold the phone. Let's check Father Ron's challenge. That is a successful challenge. He will have to sub it out with an equivalent. R12 is not. So the best he can do is a H9. Kel? Does he have or has he played an H9? My question. All right. Ron, we're good. He has not used an H9, correct? All right. We're going to take 3 off that rage, which will now lower it down to an S18. And will add a blue block back. Could be important. Will be important. Because it's likely that those orbitals will not cap now. Good challenge. All right. Final move of the night. Nightshade. 20-second timer starts right now. Rage. Super Thrill H9 Unforgiven to the wall with MD8. This is a brand new wall. First wall was medium. Second wall was easy. Third wall is difficult. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and it hits. Black block, green block, green block. It's a tough wall. And 25% of a blue block. 75 blue remains. Nightshade. Getting a little work in, which will help because those rings at the end are going to be important. And that, everybody, is it. Congratulate each other. What a good game. It's all down to the scorekeeping now. You guys played great. At the end of the game, a couple things are going to happen. Justice gets a 5th blessing. We'll show you what that means in a minute, why Ron's challenge was important. We also got Dr. Dye with a third. MPC with a third. Kel with a fifth. Now, Jet did have some bonus points because no sliver points for Team VOX in the final round. Jet, 67. Strawman, full Strawman tonight. 100 points for Jet in the final round. Watchtower. Well, let's count the blessings. 4 blessings we're going to take down. From the VOX wall. 1, 2, 3, and it gets them down in the red. The other side, watch this. Now, the points are about even, but could those orbitals be a factor? Because we got 5 blessings. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Keeps them from getting that final wall and keeps them from getting those orbitals. All right. I think it's going to be a super close game. So prepare for it. Give me 4 to 5 minutes. We finished early tonight. Great job by both teams. In the next few minutes, I will have a winner, but I think it's too close to call right now. We'll be right back. Ron also had a bronze star, and see if you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Okay, good. Ron did get the sniper zone and a bronze star as well. Okay, I didn't announce it, but I want you guys to know. All right, be right back. PCP DZ tonight would be Kel with 100 points, MPC 25, and Dr. Die with 25. Kel with 100, MPC 25, and Dr. Die with 25. Ace Awards, Cardinal and Nightshade, 25 points each. All right, everybody, we are back, and we do have a winner for tonight. So, as I said, it was a battle down to the wire. Both teams going about it in different ways. You probably look at it and say, well, this team scored a lot this way, this team scored a lot that way. Where did the points divvy up? We'll start out. I'll give you a quick breakdown and how it worked out. So, start out with the flags. Flag game. We got Jet at home. Jet, 2 additional flags. That's how they do it. There were some opportunities to flip Main Street, but it was a great game. It did not get flipped, so you got already a 300-point advantage for Jet. But VOX came back strong with the walls. Jet seemed to change their strategy a little bit. VOX, bang, bang, bang. VOX, 750 on the walls, 550 for Jet. So that 300-point advantage in flags, eaten up pretty much right there. Jet still with a small advantage. Strawman, though. Strawman was sneaky. Jet at the very end, able to get 6 and keep them lit up. 160 points to 0 in Strawman. Now Jet's kind of got the lead back. But you know Ron had the MBS. So Ron, 200 points in MBS. Then they flipped it again. And how did they add to it? The Kang game. Even though VOX had less flags, they had a 355 to 146, 200-point advantage in Kangs. But we get to the Needles. Needles, Jet had the advantage, and they played their Grendels to lock VOX out, so they had to pivot, 200 points to 100 points. But Ron said, I'm going to get some Siege and Occupy. Nobody else is trying to Siege or Occupy. I'll get it. Ron gets 50 for that. He also got the Bronze Star, but that's added to the PCP points. We'll get to that later. But Watchtowers. Jet came back with 9 Watchtowers. VOX did not try to put out the Strawman or the Watchtowers. Maybe at the end, instead of hitting the wall, and those cheap points up at the top, could they have put out one of the Watchtowers or maybe put out the Strawman? I don't know. Possibility. 325 to 125. 200-point advantage Team Jet in the Watchtowers. DZ, a lot of balance, counterbalance. Jet 50, VOX 25. And having the DZ, normally VOX controls that, but they had other plans. And timers, Jet minus 30, VOX minus 10. So timers were pretty good. But we also got a 100-point Goddard, and Goddard was huge. Not only did Jet get the 100 points, but they also kept VOX from getting any points in the sliver at the very end. So, just with the core points, Jet with a little bit of an advantage, 2251 to 2045. But we still got the PCP points and the extras. PCP points. We had Jet, White Flag, couple gold bars, Feather, Cannonball, Tire, Ace Award, 25 for the PCP DZ. That was huge too. Only getting 25, not getting a true split. But they did get the Golden Orb, and as I said, the Bronze Star. They ended up with 375. Could they cut into that 200-point Jet lead? Well, Jet had a gold bar, Cannonball, a Tire, a Wave, a Torch Award, a 9 Award, the Ace Award. That both teams got, as I said, 125 for PCP DZ. And overall, it was 375 to 375. But we got the extras. The extras, you had the Milos, Dark Boss, Victorium, Chromica, Dark Boss, and Mythic Gideon, Mythic Gideon, Mythic Gideon, Colossal Gideon. That's a lot of Gideons, right, for VOX. Lowering the point total. The other side, you had a couple Milos. You had a Dark Boss for Jet. But it really came down to a little bit of slivers. So even though the extras in VOX, slivers was VOX 218, Jet 318. So with the Goddard, with the slivers, and with the DZ, and the Strawman, Jet, first win of the season tonight at home, 2907, VOX 2745. Great game, both teams. Jet at home, getting the monkey off their back and getting the win. Team VOX will go back to the drawing board. Got a little time to think about it. But a great job to both teams. Super, super proud of the preparation and the hard work both of you guys put in. VOX still in first place. They own the tiebreaker over ARC, 4-1. Jet, though, now on the hunt. And Jet's next match right around the corner. Great job, everybody. Have a good night, and we will see you all soon. Good job, everybody. Peace.